Good morning. My name is LeeAnne Stout, and you're joining me today to take a look at CIS Leads, the local project lead service based right here in New Jersey for the last 32 years. So if you've ever either used this in the past or were interested in what does this local company have to offer, buckle in, stay tuned because we're going to go a quick, nice review of CIS. Today, we're just so to make sure the right people are in the right place. We are looking in the southern New Jersey territory, and we are focusing on masonry, concrete contractors that do buildings, roads, utilities, the whole gamut. So, as a side note, as we go through this, you're not going to see every single job. I'm trying to say in your 20-minute time frame. So, if you'd like to meet with me one-on-one and do a free demonstration that pertains particularly to your company so we can find exactly the right projects for you, please reach out to me after this and we can schedule it. My contact information is up top in the little box up here, as well as you probably received a bunch of emails from me before this webinar. Okay, so let's get started. So CIS, like I mentioned, we cover just a small geography. We're started by a civil engineer who was really frustrated by the project information and driving by and seeing a lot being cleared and not knowing what it was. Missing mandatory pre-bids, not knowing results of a bid that happened. So it's a father-daughter owned business. So it's a nice family-owned local company. And this is the area we cover. New Jersey, Delaware, the only full states, southeastern Pennsylvania, New York City, Long Island, southern New York State. That makes up our footprint. But again, today we're focusing in southern New Jersey. So what I'm going to do is first take you through our daily report. So Monday through Friday, we update our project information. The daily report is 1 day's worth of information. Brand new projects, updates, previous day's bid results based on the categories of work you're looking at and the geography. So on this report, you can see there's 5 tabs at the top. Pre-planning, planning are primarily negotiated are primarily private projects. Out to bid results are primarily public jobs. So pre-planning, let's focus here for a second. So pre-planning is the earliest stage of project information. It's conceptual, sketch plan, zoning, fundraising. So it will tell you in the status bar too, if it's public or private. We will get some public forecasted projects that are not out for bid yet, but you can kind of like tuck it away thinking this is coming down the pike. Published dates for our project are right here. So this is brand new, published today. Here's your description of the project. 2-story building in front of the existing Bucks County Emergency Homeless Shelter. And you might be like saying, hey, we're focusing on South Jersey, so why are you showing me PA? I set it up so that you can actually see South Jersey, PA, and Delaware, because most of the time, contractors in South Jersey do like to see work in PA and Delaware, at least Newcastle anyway. And then you'll see your planning notes are listed right here that it was presented to the Bristol Township Council on 10/19. And some information about the project owner, location, cost estimate, kind of typical. Now let me come over to show you the private. So again, private work is conceptual, sketch plan, zoning, fundraising, super early. This one is also brand new, published today. So I always say, take a look at the description down here before you waste any time in taking a look at the rest of it, because if it's not a great job, maybe just move on. But so this is construction of 18 townhome units at the site of a demolished Belmont motel. Units will contain 4 buildings, 9 bedrooms, and on off-street parking, some fencing, and things like that. So if you like it and you're like, hey, this is a great job, move on to the planning notes. So this is getting reviewed by Seaside Heights Planning Board on 11/27. It was just carried from a couple days ago on Monday. Work included, you do see there's some foundation work in here. It's new building construction, so there is going to be concrete in here. Design firm, attorney listed, location, kind of typical of what they look like. It's a good job. You're going to track it and throw it in your track bucket, which I'll show you where that goes in just a minute. Now coming back to this report, planning. So pre-planning and planning do not have general contractors awarded. They're looking at it at this stage. So it's super early. Usually planning is the final approval before the planning board. Just to give you kind of an idea on this one, we can look at this one in Magnolia, self-storage. I know, shocking, self-storage and warehouse. They're constantly being built for like the last 5 years or more. Again, this one's brand new, published today. Location is in Magnolia. attorneys listed, the owner developer is listed, so basic work included. Again, you have foundation in here. This is getting reviewed before the Borough of Magnolia on 11/15, a 3-story, 112,000 self-storage facility, and some other information on here. Again, it's a good one. You can track it. If you are a sub, which mostly everybody on here should be a sub, you can also add yourself as interested. Now, I have a fake LeeAne company on here, but you would add your company on here and companies can see, GCs can see that you're interested in bidding on the project. Now, final tab for private work is negotiated. So negotiated means, all this means is that a general contractor has been awarded, but it can be in any phase of construction. Like this one hasn't started, these are in progress, it could be completed, it could be a bunch of different things. So we will take a look at the Lennar Homes one at the top. So this one was published by us on 9/11 of this year. On this, you'll have again the location. There's an attorney listed, owner, developer. The contractor is the same as the developer. Sometimes this is true, sometimes it's not. In this case, it is. You can look at the design firms. Again, work included. Your foundation's on here again. And you can. The nice thing about our history of our private work, because this one has a lot going on with it. The owner developer's doing business as U.S. Home LLC. So call your friends if they're a demo contractor, because 475 townhomes are being demolished for the construction of 275 residential dwelling units. So, and commercial space, there's a lot happening with the project. So as of yesterday, they're saying this is the target date when they expect to break ground. It looks like everything was approved just on Monday. So this kind of looks to me, spring of 2024, $70 million project, they probably have a good amount of their money together. And you can see as projects progress, more people will start adding themselves as interested on here. Okay, now out to bid. These are the brand new public jobs that were just listed in a paper or online, brand new private bids that just came out. So we'll just look again at the top one in Absecon. So this is kind of typical of how they look when they first come out for public work. It's exactly how it was posted in a paper or online to make sure you have enough time. Is there a pre-bid meeting? Is it mandatory? As much time as you can to bid a project. Bid due date and time are at the top. Location, owner, design firm information, bid guarantee information. Now there is no pre-bid meeting on here, or there would be a side tab that would say pre-bid meeting, and it would be in bold writing if it was mandatory. But you have some requirements on here for MWBE certification, contracts, work included. So, okay, not to overpromise here. On the first day, it generally kind of looks like this. Now, we're starting to do live updates on the website, so we're already getting quantity listings on here, and you can see there's some concrete on here. So you can kind of see if this is a good job or not. Is it worth your time? We get these quantities from the engineer's office, so a lot of our clients really love it because they can see, is this a profitable job? I don't have to waste a lot of time and money on plans. I can just kind of take a quick look and see. Whereas a building project will be a very long description. So that's how they look when they come out new. Then you'll see a change from new to update. So these are projects that have already been on our site, but there's a change that's happened. So if we look at this Drexel Hill project at the bottom, this was published by us in October. So you have pretty much a month of bidding, which is great. Again, you have all of your contact information on here. This is what I was meant about pre-bid meeting. If there's a lot of instruction on what to do, we post all that here. Any notes attached to the project. So this one's an update because there's an addendum number 2 has been issued. So addendums will be updated as well. It's letting you it's a single GC contract, description of the project. So there's a very large description on here. And then you'll see a list of people who pick up plans who intend to bid on this project. And if you're like, hey, Ernest Bach and Sons Construction, I care about them, you can kind of go to the company and track them up here. And this is their company profile page. So you can see what plans are they holding aside from this Drexel Hill project. They're holding both projects. You can also see their bidding histories. They've had 20 low bids over the last few years, most recently this one in Bridgeton last month. You can also go to other bids. These are projects that they're bidding, but they were not the low bidder, but they still bid it. So this project bid at the end of October, an $18 million project, and I can click and see where they ended up on the list. If I scroll down, I'll be able to see Ben Harvey was actually the low bidder, and they ended up down here. This is actually a very close bid for as big of a project, $19 million, $17 million. This is pretty tight. And if there's alternates on a bid, you'll be able to see the alternates, deductions, total bid, the entire information, which is nice. You can kind of scroll through and take a look at all of that. I'm trying not to go too fast in case somebody cares about this. Okay. Now, and then negotiators, do they have any jobs, private jobs that are in the works too? You'll also see their private projects in the negotiated tab. So let's come back over here. And where were we? We were in the bid. We were in the updates. Okay. Now the last tab of this report is bid results. So these are the projects that just bid yesterday, and we have the bid results today. We started also doing live updating on our website, which I'll show you on the homepage in just a second. So I'll just take this top one as an example in Barnegat that just bid yesterday. Bid results are here today. So again, it's a road, bridge, utility, or park, so there's quantity listings on here. If it's a building, remember, it's a description. So you can kind of look and see what's in here. You can see your concrete, curbing, and sidewalk piece in here, and then scroll through. And if there's 10 pages of alternates, if there's 10 pages of quantities, you'll see all 10. And this is the bid result just from yesterday. You can see everyone's bids. So if I'm like, oh, Arrowhead, I want to keep an eye on that company. You can click on the company, you can track them, and I'll show you where that goes in a second. But again, you can see what they're holding plans on, their low bids over the past few years, and then other bids or projects they bid they didn't get, and you can see how effective their bidding is. So that's kind of that benefit. So that is 1 day's worth of information on our daily report. New and updated since I last viewed is if you miss a day, you're out sick, you can see what you're missing. Index report is your filing cabinet for public work. So if you bid a lot of public work, what we can do is create what I'm actually already did is created a customized report and pulled out the projects that have concrete masonry words attached to them so you can see stuff that's important. But it is kind of good for forecasting in South Jersey. There's 414 projects currently out. And I always once a quarter come in here and I'll just kind of look to see how far stuff's bidding in the future. So we have staff going out until the end of January. It's a crazy one in March. But you can see the market's pretty healthy with 2 months worth of work out there, 2.5 months. So let me come back over here again. I'm hitting my desktop to get me back to the main screen. So our site is super simple to use. Our owners are really about get what you want and start doing your work. Don't be making projects like reports and doing all this stuff all day and spending 10 hours on the computer. First day when you use us, you kind of look through what's out there now, maybe take 20 minutes to track everything that you like and track contractors. Once that's done, you're 5 minutes a day and you will know everything that's happening. This quick search section, just to give you an idea, we have a built-in construction directory. So if you need to find a sub or supplier, or you're trying to find a project really fast, you can just hit the geography you need and hover over each one of these. It'll tell you what it is. Projects, subs, material suppliers, equipment dealers, on and on. So if I want to look for a particular project and I type in like pine, it's going to pull anything that has a 3-year bidding history that has the word pine. So if I start typing this one in, Pinehurst, it's going to pull that one to the top. So the more you start searching for things, the more it's going to find what you're looking for. You can also come in here and GCs will come in and say, I need a concrete contractor. Maybe I need one that's associated with buildings. And you can see a list of 191 companies that will do work in Southern New Jersey for concrete. They can then filter it by, geography, categories of work, years in business. You can also sponsor this. If you want to be at the top of the list in bold writing, no one's sponsoring it right now, but if you want to, it's minimal amount of money. And you're really, when people are busy, it gets you at the top of the list, which is really good option to do. And then these, when I was talking earlier about tracking contractors and tracking projects, this is letting me know I have updates on things I'm tracking. So the track projects, track contractors rather, I'm tracking 8 companies. I can see this guy's picked up plans and placed a low bid. These guys haven't done anything yet. I can put notes in here for cell phones, for maybe, bids you gave them, some numbers you gave them. And then the same thing with projects themselves. So contractors, you want to track anyone you bid to or you bid against to make sure you know what they're doing and you're not missing anything. Now, tracking projects is you don't know who's going to get it. So you want to track, it's a great job for you. You want to know who the players are and what's happening. So there's 18 total projects that are being tracked by me. These 3 have had an update. So the nice thing is I'm not sorting through like 5 pages to try and figure out the update. It'll sit right at the top and I can just click on it and find out what the new update is. And then this over here is where I was talking about the real-time project information that we're already starting to add bid results from yesterday or today, actually, probably. And then these are out to bid, some updates on them. So you'll be able to see live information happening. We also do have an app, which is really fantastic. So if you're on the road, you can quickly access information. There's a map to show you where contractors are, where projects are around your surroundings. So there's a lot of really cool stuff as far as that's concerned. Now, I'm going to spend the last 5 minutes I have really honing down on some projects. I'm going to spend like 2.5 on each section. So this is, I just pulled 30 days worth of private work, basically, to see what it looks like down here. So you can see, I tagged a couple that I thought might be interesting. So here's one in Seaside Heights. Again, you have foundation listed, its concept review is going about 1127. You can kind of see 18 townhome units. So you can kind of see some of the work that's on here. There's a redevelopment apartments in Asbury Park. Millstone has some stuff. West Stepford has a new Sprouts Farmers Market for those in South Jersey. So it's demolition of the former Aldi for the construction of 23,000 square foot. That's a very big Sprouts, as well as a full renovation. So you can see they just signed the lease of Southwood Shopping Center with plans to build a new store. So this is currently in the design phase. Again, you see foundation on here, owners, location. Again, add yourself as interested, track the job if it's good. The new Bruce Springsteen Archives and Center for American Music at Monmouth University. That's kind of a cool project to take a look at. And again, $45 million. Foundation again, a 2-story, 30,000 square foot building, galleries, theater. You can kind of look and see some of the information on there. Again, track it if it's a good one. There's a self-storage again, senior development, freehold shopping center, super ShopRite, townhomes. Matt and Laurel has Rankin Crocus Woods redevelopment. So you can run John surf shops. You can kind of look all over and see what's happening near you. Another single family homes in Winslow. Planning. There's something in a warehouse in Greenwich. You can see everything's going through care of the attorney on this one. So just to give you an idea of some of the stuff that's out there right now. Self-storage in Magnolia, 112,000 square foot self-storage facility. All right, I'm trying to scroll through this kind of quickly for you. And you can see these are the ones that are in the updated stage. Camden's got 2 $90 million projects happening if anybody wants to travel out to Camden. Michael's organization is the developer and acting as the contractor on this, and it's attached to if there's phase 1, phase 2 are attached to different projects, they'll be hyperlinked here to make it pretty easy for you to see them. So there's, just to kind of recap, in 1 month in pre-planning, there's 20, 84 in planning, and 61 in negotiated. Things that have moved. There's thousands of private jobs. These are things that moved in 1 month. So that's a really huge amount of work happening just in South Jersey. Now, if you're more of a public work kind of person, what I did is I pooled projects. Remember that index report that had like 400 projects? I took out the words that had to do with concrete and masonry to give you an idea here. You can do customized reports, and you can specify by geography, down to the county. You can specify keywords. So I just hit concrete and masonry and put a bunch of these words over here on the side, right here. And you can pick other words on the list if you want, but just to kind of give you an idea of what I created already. You can also sort by requirements. So if you're a small business enterprise, you can search for projects with that title. So again, we're looking at public bids. You can look at cost estimates on projects like bid results that are over 5 million, whatever you want to do. So out to bid. Let's take a looky-loo. So these are the ones that are happening today, right? So they've been out there for a while. So we're not even going to look there because you're just going to get irritated if you didn't know about it. So there's like handicap ramps and, other things. So let's start at the bottom, work our way backwards. So I can go right up from the bottom here. So there's a pump station improvements in Monroe. And if I click on the project too, it'll kind of give me the information, and I'll highlight my keywords, which is awesome. So I can kind of see install concrete block anchoring point, and it'll kind of give me some more information. These because we're starting at the back, these aren't going to have a ton of information yet because this one was just published yesterday. But that quickly, we already have a description. So that's how fast we move here. Because again, we're local, family owned. It's not a big conglomerate national company. We strictly focus here with reporters, not only in the office, but on the road, hunting it down, attending bid openings, picking up local papers where they had a bid. So that's kind of who we are. That's our backbone of CIS, is local, really timely, accurate, and detailed information so that you can do your job very easily and find the best, most profitable projects for you. And then last one I'll go over is just Hopewell. There's a bridge here. You can kind of see what words are populating: concrete washout system, barrier curb, aggregate concrete footing, precast. There's a bunch of concrete work and stone work on this project, a bunch of curb. So you can see if it's worth my time or not. And then you'll see a list of people who picked up plans or intending to bid on this project. So if you're bidding sub to any of them, you can reach out because you know they're holding plans on the tab. But just to kind of, I'll do a quick review. So Seneca has some stuff in Tabernacle. Woodstown has the Salem Career Technical. Let's see what that is. That looks like it's new. Yeah, this came out just on Monday. So this is relatively new, 2.4 million. Garrison is your design firm. And again, you can kind of look and it'll highlight. So as where the quantities are road, bridge, utility, park, buildings will be listed, again, a bigger description, and you'll be able to see your parts that are in there to see if this is, again, profitable, worth your time. Because some of these are gigantic, descriptions like this one. Nice to hone down to see what it is you're looking for. And then you'll see a list of companies who are intending to bid. They all picked up plans on this project. So you can kind of scroll through each one of these and take a look: Florence, Delran, Old Bridge, and kind of go back to whatever bid date you're comfortable with. So this is first day stuff. You're kind of going to go through everything that has concrete in it and masonry, track anything that's interesting. And then after that, you look at the daily report, 5 minutes a day, and you're good. And then if you want to see some recent bid results that have happened, for like, hey, I wish I knew that bid result, you can certainly do that as well. And look at some of the most, and the low bidder's name is here, is over here. If it's multiple contracts, you might need to just open it up to see if there could be alternates or deductions or multiple primes. Any of that can happen. But you can, nice to be able to see like the sidewalk one in Allentown. You can take a look again and see Pioneer Contracting was the low bidder, and you can see all the other bidders and all of their figures as well. Okay, so just to kind of recap, again, this is just meant to be a quick review. I'm over by a minute. So I'm going to wrap up. If you do want to take a look at this, again, to focus on your company and your company's needs and look at specific jobs right for you, please reach out. The demo is free. You're under no obligation to buy. It's just really to see if we make sense for you. But anyway, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for taking a look, and I hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.